See this car? BMW couldn't fix it. I fixed it with this and a £94 part. So BMW could not fix this car. We took this to BMW for somebody. And about 2 weeks later, BMW contacted the person and said, we can't fix it. We don't know what's wrong with it. The car needs about £5,000 worth of work, which is probably new battery. So we can't fix it. So basically, we bought this car for scrap. This car was scrap. So we didn't know what we were letting ourselves in for. It could well have been scrap. It could have well have been no good. It was a risk we were willing to take because the scrap value was quite good on it. So BMW had isolated the main batteries. I thought it was going to be like a massive plug thing that you had to unplug and then to the battery and all that. But no, basically it's a little tiny, it looks like a relay. It's under the bonnet, and they'd cable tied this little plug open, so it wasn't making any connections, and it was only tiny little wires, like not how you'd imagine 400 odd volts or whatever it is to be. It was just a tiny little plug, and all you have to do is push that plug back together, and then it basically reinstates all the power in the car and puts everything back as it should be. There's also one in the back, but that wasn't disconnected. So the tiny little plug under the bonnet plugged back in. We put a jump pack on the small battery under the bonnet, and I put my artidiag Pro. I plugged my artidiag Pro in, and there was loads and loads of codes, and I thought, oh no, this has had it. But I thought, well, if it's gone flat, 9 times out of 10, a lot of cars, they come up with loads of codes because the battery's flat. So we left the starter pack on it, and I cleared all the codes, and then I pushed this little button here, and it started to light up and everything, and then I just put it in gear just to see what happened. So I literally just pressed the pedal, and it started moving, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I don't know why they did that. I don't know whether they were trying to get the car cheap or what, or they couldn't be bothered to do the work, or genuinely they were too stupid to work out what was wrong with the car, because a lot of garages and even main dealers don't like dealing with electric cars still, even though they say it's the future and they've got all this technology, but they don't like touching them. So, and to be honest, I didn't really think I could ever fix an electric car, because I don't really do electrics, but it was one plug. It was one plug, one battery, and a little bit of fiddling about on the diagnostics, and now it works. I was like, oh my god. I looked down, and the actual battery, the main battery, was 3/4 full, even though BMW had said it's no good and it needs a new battery. So I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So I drove it around the yard and I started smelling eggs. I was like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. So we took the starter pack off quick, and the small battery under the bonnet was stinking of eggs and it was boiling hot. So there was definitely an issue there. That battery was toast. So we basically went straight to BMW and got the proper battery for the car, which was £90. And we put that battery in, and ever since, this car's been fine. It's been driving like new. So, yeah, the £5,000 fix was actually £90 plus my fee, obviously, because I'm very expensive to look up the codes and delete them. But yeah, £90 when BMW couldn't fix or couldn't fix the car for less than 5,000. Now, were BMW having the bloke's pants down? I don't know. But it's a mystery. But this battery is really good in this car. It's been charged a few times. It does, when you charge it to 100%, it says you've got 70 miles. But if you drive it like an old lady, you can get more than 70 miles out of it.